Content marketing, what is it? This is a buzzword nowadays in internet marketing, and some people don't even know exactly what it is. One of our guest speakers in the class had shared this presentation that they had made, and I feel it's really helpful. Content marketing means creating and sharing valuable free content to attract and convert prospects into customers, and customers into repeat buyers. So think of it this way. It's not sales oriented. The goal is not directly leading to a sale. It's indirect. Content is creating information that benefits other people's lives. It's not about the product. It's not about your company or your service. It's about creating something that benefits others. And indirectly, you gain authority. You're creating authority in your expertise as a business. One of the founders of Google mentioned, we believe we could build a better search. We had a simple idea that not all pages are created equal. Some are more important than others. And so how do we know which one is more important? Well, content marketing helps define that. If you're adding to the internet, if you're adding to information that's out there, and you're benefiting people's lives, your page, your site, your source becomes relevant to other people's search. And so there's all kinds of ways of building authority. This slideshow, if you would like to have it, I'll gladly share it with you. You're going after a tribe. You're not going after everyone. But in this presentation, they talk about ways to create the right kind of content that builds the right audience, that gets an attention, that has some sort of action to it. It may not lead directly to a sale, but your content is developing a way of improving and expanding your website, but also other websites, because a lot of content is off your site. And so anyway, and you think about, oh gosh, the social media boom. Well, social media in itself is content. Let me give you a few examples here. Earth Trek Gear, one of the websites I help with, even on the front page, redesigning the page where it is more content driven, giving information, infographics, testimonies, and less about just directly showing a product with a price and all that. Of course, that stuff is on here, but this is a small retailer of hiking poles and equipment for people that need it as a hiking aid, a walking aid. And so we even found that the primary reason people were buying it is to protect their needs. So we wrote a page that shows them ways to protect their needs, not just using their product or service, but other ways to protect their needs. And even in that, there's an on-site blog that can be implemented. We did a test, and we saw through just simply recording a video of the mouse cursor, seeing that, wow, people are clicking on each one of these posts. And then when they're done, they go up and they click on sale. Why would they do that? Well, if anything, it's added to the authority and the confidence that people have in Earth Trek Gear as a source for this product. But of course, the goal is to lead to SEO, search engine optimization, to get more visitors. But this is not the primary goal. There's others as well. I'm involved with a nonprofit organization that helps immigrants, refugees, and international students in the Reno, Lake Tahoe area. And I wrote this page just giving advice on housing contracts. For a lot of internationals, they don't have, they're not well informed on what needs to be understood when they're signing up for an apartment. And so this alone has driven a lot of people to that website. Same with Reno International House, creating a blog with helpful hikes and area attractions and things like that. But it needs to be informative enough that it actually does add information. You're not just copying and pasting, but you're reinterpreting and adding to an already existing information on there. Midtown District, which I was involved with years ago, they could probably increase the frequency of their blog posts, but overall, any type of local website like this will showcase information beyond just sales. And this should translate into social media. I also help with Pilgrim Radio, one of the clients that we work with. And this is a Christian music and teaching radio network across the West Coast. And once or even twice a day, they've scheduled posts, and we help with this strategy of creating content that sometimes it works with their website, sometimes it's just purely on social media. But Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you think of the social medias, Twitter, TikTok, all of those, this is content. And this content sometimes refers to their website and sometimes it doesn't. But it needs to build and improve people's lives. That is content marketing. And think about it this way. I always like to, you'll see this in the SEO section as well, but I love just drawing this graph. When you think about search engine optimization, it is a long-term strategy. And so you're working on your website, on-site, in the early stages. But what really generates the increase in traffic and visitors is content. We used to call it backlinks, but Google and others have become very wise you can put links anywhere, and just because your links are there doesn't mean you are an authority. Your website is an authority. You need to create helpful, useful, life-benefiting content. It might be how-tos. You might be a restaurant and you have a recipe, and you might think, oh my gosh, they're going to use my recipe, and why would they need to come to my website? Well, actually, research has proven the opposite, is that you are gaining visitors and you're gaining engagement. And so this content creates the increase, creates the visibility, and the search engine notices that and adds to your ranking, and your ranking goes up over time. So content creation should lead to search engine optimization, but it may also lead in some ways to just simply conversions. So we think of it as really three reasons, three purposes. And so one is the search engine optimization. It is the visibility that the search engine gives you. But also, it may also lead to conversion. So increasing conversions of new customers, okay? And then lastly, is it increases conversion of existing customers or repeat buyers. So people that maybe they're already your customer, but you're sending them content you created on the email newsletter, or they visit your website frequently and they become more confident. So these three reasons, these three purposes is what drives, or the reason for, content marketing. Content marketing will always lead to one of these three, primarily SEO. That's what most people go after these days, but it could lead to these others. And in future recordings, future vlogs we'll talk more detail about this.